Good morning, guys. How are you? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. And thanks for waking up in the morning with me. It's really appreciated. So, so let's see what this look, guys. So I have used this chat options, live chat. If any, you can ping if you want your anything you want to say. You can say it on this live chat. I have ping here. I guess so. Mm, it has like pop-up options. Yeah. So if it is like you can restore it. So yes. So the person is there, so you can say hi, hello in the chat window itself. Okay. So let's start with the daily pointers. And before going to start the daily pointers, I will start with the. I just thought mm, when the day passed, some or the other things start popping in mind, and I do come up with these pointers. See, when you wake up, what are the healthy habits which should be followed, which will make your life much more active. And that's it. I thought let's discuss with that with healthy habits which to be followed. So at least we can start a day with the positivity and the healthy and fit mind and body as well. So first is you should not smoke. I don't mean to offend the people who smoke or people who love to smoke, but just imagine if ask yourself if let's say is it okay for you if your kid or if your wife or if your parents or if your any close one is smoking in front of you. If that is okay for you, then it is your choice. But if that is not okay for you, then you shouldn't smoke at all. Stop smoking. Nothing comes good out of it. The second thing, maintain the healthy weight. So how to check that healthy weight? You can check with the BMI calculator, where you just add your weight and height. Then the calculation will tell you what is your current state. If it is healthy, it will show green. If it is underweight, it will overweight. So in that respective color, red or yellow, orange. So do that, and at least do half an hour exercises. Any kind of exercise. You start with some exercise, either mm, either the strengthening exercises or the mind exercise of meditation in this yoga. You do that. The next is eat healthy. Follow the diet which suits your body. Your body will always tell you what which vegetables, which fruits suits you. You have that grains, vegetable, fruit, and low in the fat. Need of consuming too much fat, too much sugar. Keep it light so it won't affect you. And just like you shouldn't smoke, you shouldn't drink. Alcohol is also not good for the body. So that is start with some healthy habits. Out of which anything I'm saying, if you start with one at a time and start making changes. There is a guy whom I personally know who has he has like uh, awesome willpower. He started he used to like smoke insanely. Then people start having the mentality that we should reduce and then you should stop. But he just one day he stopped, and now he has completely stopped smoking. So that's a big respect, and that's a really big respect because suddenly completely stopping and when you're consuming too much smoke takes a lot of willpower. Your brain started hallucinating, not completely hallucinating. It will start giving that addiction, or the body wants to smoke to get stimulated. You get that kick from that smoke. That is what people say, but it's like stimulate. That's why you need it. You need it badly. And that is what happened. And to resist that thing and act like normally whole time. Not normally, your body also react to it. What you command. So there are people who have strength to do anything. This is what that message we get. Coming back to the second point, Facebook ads. Yesterday we left at the point variables, which I said that today we will continue. So yes, we talked about smart goals. Now the variables. So variables are like able to change what we say. So just like that, campaigns. The campaigns have number of variables that you can adjust and get different results. So these variables are the elements when you play with it. It's just like you have the resource, I have the resource, and you want to make a food. Ingredients, you have the same ingredients, I have the same ingredients. But when I play with the ingredients, sorry, when I play with the ingredients, and mm, yes, so the food I will be getting would have different taste than you will be making. So that happens the same way the Facebook has that ingredient. It's called variables. The variables in the campaigns. In the, when you set the ad, when you use ad set at that time or campaign creation, like objective ad set options. So these are the variables which you can play with and you start getting a better output. First is like budget. So budget is a variable where you increase the budget, you decrease the budget, you play with the budget, you get a different results out of it. It will surely affect the CPC. So you have to spend or to adjust spend according to the large audience, low audience. Likewise, placements, the ads placement. If you are placing in right column, feed, stories, X, Y, Z, every placements have a different responses. So yes, it does give different results. So there is two options for it, as we have talked in the past. One is automatic placements, and the second is custom placement, edit placement, anything. You need that placement you can pick from the list which is provided by the Facebook. So you will see the difference how people are interacting when with respect to the placements you have selected. The next is audience size. Yes, audience size does matter. The estimated daily results. You can see the how widening or narrowing the audience make will get a difference, will give a different results. So that you can see. So there is like audience composition. So compositions like you can play with the demographics, age, the gender, location, language. So you start playing with this, you will get different results. Then last but not least, creative, no doubt. You continuously focus on creative to make like when people saw the image that you are making. So when you see that your product or service is highlighted, so you try different way of showing your product. Surely it will give you different impact. So that comes in the variables. So always do this tests, try different um, points, different tests in these variables. If you don't test, if you keep it like one pattern, then you won't be getting. Uh, you will get an output, but you won't be getting that maximum out of it. Every possibility you have to keep on trying, no matter what. If you do a lot of testing, then only your knowledge will start increasing, and you will get to know what is the best way of running the campaigns. So let's take an so we talked about like these campaigns, these objectives. So I would like to give you example which will cover this few of the objectives. So let's say mm I have started a market and I have built a market, one supermarket kind of thing. So I have a supermarket which I have completed, let's say, and I am going to do a campaign about the people around this area should know, or have a website people should know. So I will be doing initially, I would be running that reach campaign, or I would be doing the location campaign. So people to know the physical awareness, but I will start doing the awareness campaign to first of all to understand people to know about I am there to create the interest, to generate the interest. I will start doing the awareness campaign. So using that brand awareness as the objective, I will start making visibility. So once that is done, if I'm having a website, I will start acquiring more and more people online for the online delivery. So when it comes to the traffic campaign, so I will be getting that clicks on the website, because once you saw that ad, you will be most of the people will click and surely land on the website. But my goal is not just to enter the website, but I want my product, or I want to get that online orders. For that, or if let's say sorry, online orders to sell my product, because I'm running a supermarket. So in that case, I can go for the conversion or the catalog objective. Then it can perform better, because you will get that kind of audience who actually have the intent of purchasing more rather than doing window shopping. And let's say lead generation, then I'm just seeking like I wanted more and more customer to build. Once I start building the customers, then only if new products or any segments I'm launching, so already there will be a list of audience which I can have that communication, or I can start sharing the newsletter. So, yeah, so for that, a newsletter notification. For that mm, newsletter or browser notification, for that I needed the customer details. So I would be running generation or objectives where I will start having that form mm, where I will be able to let people can voluntary enter their email, name, address, other information. So when you do all this kind of, when you select the objectives, just ask yourself that uh, that what's your goal and the things which I said, that consideration, awareness, consideration, conversion. These are the goals. So to get that, to have that goal or to reach that goal, you need to do a rigorous testing and to pick an objective which is suitable to your business. So I took this example just for the example purpose. So no doubt your business will be depending on business goals, advertising needs, and variables which I talked about. So these all factors. Every person has a different business and different business and has different goals. Different goals has multiple objectives. So these all objectives has different options. You can start, you can pause, you can continue. So do make sure you try everything. If you don't try, you won't be able to explore that segment, or you won't be able to have the detailed knowledge. So the next topic is about like how to create your ad audience in the ad. So the major fundamentals is to start building the audience, segmenting the audience, creating the audience. So more and more you create and you start having your kind of audience list where they are like having more taste about your services. They are more like keen to see your updates. So that audience you have to keep on building all the time. That is this exercise which shouldn't be stopped. So there is a three type of ad audience. So when usually when you create an ad set, campaign, ad set, ads. So when you create ad set, it is important to choose audience who will see your ads, and your choices will apply to all of the ads in that ad set. Just like multiple ad set, one campaign can have multiple ad set. In that way, multiple ad set can have multiple ads. So what you do in this ad set, it get reflected to all ads. So in this audience, you can't choose specific audience A, B, X, Y, Z, but you can, uh, but you can specify what you can specify the characteristics of the people who are apt to be interested in your product, service, or event. These are the people who are most likely to find the value in your ad. So, what is the three type of audience? The core audience. The second is custom audience, and the third is lookalike audience. So, what is this core audience? So, when you start doing a new campaign, then Facebook will start having the default options. So, this is the default option of the Facebook to create a core audience. Specify. So, there is a option to specify the characteristics you have to specify, such as there is a location. So core audience is the default audience Facebook starts. It's a recommended option. So when you go for like age, when you start mentioning the age, location, then the behaviors. So you fill these kind of things, and Facebook Facebook will start finding the audience for you. So this is called core audience, which is like default. Everything has a default. The default one is core audience. So it will match those audience in your ads will be shown to them. Then it comes to custom audience. So once the first phase is done, your audience will have engagement. You will have that lot of people already. So once you start having that people, you should go to custom audience. So custom audience, no doubt, they are the one who already knows about your business. So let's say from where you can build this audience. So how these custom audience are generated? The people who are like customer files from your CRM, the point of system, email address, other source information. You acquire this that audience. Then then you can add it to custom audience, website activity, reach existing customer and other people who have shown interest in your business. So this you can get by adding the pixel codes. So from that the website users you can start tracking that users. Mobile app activity you can get the users from there. Facebook engagement like reach people who have interacted with your page, video, lead ads, and whatever the full screen experiences. So these four choices or four segment or many other if you have other kind of segment from where you where the people have already known about your business. So customer usually build from the people who already know because let's say there is a lack of people who know about your business, but out of which you know these are the only segments who have actually shown that much more interest compared to them. So you build that audience or build everything audience, then you start segregating or playing with the variables. Last is lookalike audience. Once you start with the core audience, then you do customer, then you create your own custom audience. Then you keep running ads, and you think that yeah, I'm not seeing that much big difference. So start building having a lookalike audience. So what is lookalike? So the word itself says the audience which you already have, it will search Facebook algos will start searching the audience of same interest. Let's say you like burger and I do like burger, so you are the custom audience for XYZ. So when I do like the burger, the ad started popping on my profiles. Sorry, my account. So that is called lookalike. Chooses so custom audience need a pixel information or mobile app information or fans of a page that I said about custom audience. So Facebook will identify the common qualities of the people in it. Just like I said, the qualities in like demographic, location, or age, that kind and start searching for that relevant interest. You can use multiple lookalike audience at the same time for a single ad set. So you can have that multiple lookalike audience. So this is how you play with the audience. You will get a different output and start optimizing maximum till maximum how much you can stretch and you can optimize. Go ahead and do that. Then only you can get a best output of it. Not good, not better. The best outputs. That's it for today. The Facebook. I do want to go ahead and cover more topics, but there is no use of mm, just going ahead because I want you to go there in the panel. I want you to check. I want you to experiment. I want you to create that audience, see how what is the difference. Start making your hand dirty. Then only you can become a expert in these segments. So coming back to the last point is movie. So thinking about the movie, mm, I came, I got, I got to know about this movie. The name is Peaceful Warrior. It's about a college student, uh, which also becomes the world champion gymnast. but it's kind of a disturb and wants to add meaning to his life and discover an mm, enlightened way ahead. So you want to discover. So you should watch this movie because this movie has a lot of messages which you should see, should see what is what is good at it and how some people will start getting that it will reflect your kind of life also. Mm, so in this, there's one factor is like this is a guy who is like a college student, and so what the college student usually wants, that guy has everything: talent, mm, the passion, the athlete, and sorry, gymnastics, and also no doubt the girl attentions. Even though everything is there, he's kind of unhappy, and he faced a lot of trouble while sleeping. So one night he meets the guide, and his journey and self-discovery start beginning. So this is the some part of the movie story, what he discovered, where he reached. That you need to see in this movie. But yes, some of the dialogues which I like to add, it surely says a lot about this movie, and that sentence itself has a meaning. So I won't explain you that in detail, like boring you. So the one who are hardest to love are usually the one who needs it the most. So usually the people who are very difficult to get to be loved. You are loving a person and you want to love insanely, but you're finding so much difficulties, and you start thinking this guy is insane, this girl is insane. So this person needs more love compared to what you think. So when they're about like death isn't sad. The sad thing is most people don't live at all. So we are in the world, we are continuously having doing some other thing, and in major part of the journey, we always do things which is like in the intangible kind of thing, a responsibility, a pressure, stress, depression, work. So there are people who get their work, the work which they feel happy to do, they do that. In that case, it's fine. But the people who are not happy are just doing for the XYZ reasons, and they spend a lot of time, and they won't get the time to live their own life the way they want. So that is the saddest part. Death is not the saddest part. No doubt, after death, people feel sad emptiness of that guy, but it is you have got that freedom from all this activity that is called death. That is the freedom. So that's it. There are many more dialogues, but I want you to see the movie. Very good movie, gives you a lot of messages. Do see. Even though you don't have, you find a lot of pain, but if you do have, then also there are people who still find difficulties. That's it for today. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Take care. Have a nice day. Stay safe. currently lockdown 4 is going on. Keep a safe distance. Even the relaxation is there, anything is there. Take care of yourself and your family and also the neighbors. See to that nobody should be infected from now. Who have already infected, they should take much more care compared to other because your main job, your main responsibility is to see that virus shouldn't spread to other healthy people. Please take care of it. Namaste and see ya.